What up, what up, what up? This your boy D, back at you with another video. So, today we are going to look at a Wrestling Behind the Themes documentary. Whoa! The story of Cody Rhodes. I'm very interested to see the history of his theme songs, as I remember a lot of them because I grew up watching them and I always know what he's coming out to, and I'm interested to see some of the history behind them and what those turned out to be. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
You know I gotta say it, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. Wrestling has more than one royal family. Anywho, Cody Rhodes may be the talk of the wrestling town these days, but it took him many years, gimmicks, and entrance theme songs to, pardon the pun, build his kingdom. From dashing to, well, undashing, and undesirable to gosh darn unfrickin' deniable. Let's take a historical look at the career of Cody Rhodes behind the themes. In 2006, a young Cody Rhodes debuted in the WWE's developmental territory of Ohio Valley Wrestling. Now, when I think of upbeat and peppy 1970s glam rock, Cody isn't necessarily someone I associate with that genre of music, at least nowadays, but back then he was a vanilla white meat babyface. So using the darknesses, I believe in a thing called love, worked for what it was trying to accomplish. Portraying him as an energetic good guy, but keeping his family history and legacy at bay, at least for the time being.
Okay, so one thing about OVW that we need to give more credit to is the fact that OVW has produced the biggest stars we have ever seen, and your John Cena's, your Randy Orton's, your Batista's, and Brock Lesnar's. Your CM Punks went to OVW. Hell, now you can say your Cody Rhodes have been to OVW. OVW, The Miz, Mark Henry, Big Show. There's been a lot of guys who came into that OVW territory and worked their asses off and who are now huge, and Shelton Benjamin, who are huge, incredible stars in this industry, and a lot of them are Hall of Famers, going to be Hall of Famers, and will be Hall of Famers if they're not already in already. So, shout out to OVW and that OVW classes who just put out so many stars.
If you want to talk about underrated wrestling theme song guitar riffs, well, look no further than this Southern rock banger from Billy Lincoln called Out to Kill. Now sure, this track doesn't stand out in any way, shape, or form, but neither did Cody when he was first called up to the main WWE roster.
Bro, I'm sorry, I'll be the first person to tell you, I thought this theme song was hot croissant. I love Cody Rhodes, I thought this theme song was trash. Oh, ew. I wonder if Cody likes this theme song. That's one thing I would love to know. I would love to know if he liked this Out to Kill theme song. I thought this theme song was rough.
He was just a mid-card guy with a mid-card theme and a mid-card look that was lacking the charismatic personality of his father at this point in his career. The only logical next step was to turn Cody heel.
Ew.
Let me talk to you about some things that I consider to be priceless. My grandfather's old shot glass, an autographed WWF turnbuckle by my favorite wrestler of all time, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, and this pic of a young me with a young Rock. Now, what do I not consider to be priceless? Well, that's easy. This boring and generic Jim Johnston theme and Cody's tag team run with Ted DiBiase Jr. Now, don't get me wrong, because making the son of the blue-collar common man be all about the money was the right call.
Show me the money!
Just poorly executed.
Yeah, priceless. Oh, baby.
It's crazy because I remember this era of like, yeah, I'm priceless. No, this didn't hit for me either. Especially, which is very interesting because it's a Jim Johnston theme song. Because a lot of times we always praise Jim Johnston for the theme songs he has gave us, like Stone Cold's theme song, The Rock's theme song. the Dudley Boys theme song with the rap in it, the DX theme song. There's a lot of theme songs that Jim Johnson has created and gave us fire ones, but it's cool to see some of the ones that he's made that fucking sucked. Like, those songs are dirt. I don't know what. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Them theme songs was ass cheeks.
It's no coincidence that WWE The Music Volume 9 is also titled Voices, because the E was placing a ton of focus on Randy Orton as a main eventer. However, it's a shameful thing, Lobsterhead, that this remixed version of Priceless, while heavier and more aggressive, unfortunately just comes across as dull and uninspired. Kind of like Ted and Cody's new partner, the man, the myth, the legend, Manu.
Oh, God.
And a little fun fact for you.
Oh,
this theme is sung by the same guy who sang Sheamus's old entrance music, Too
crazy.
Many Lines.
Yeah, it's a shame to claim lost her head. It's a new day.
No.
Finally, Cody's crew.
Oh, my God. I forgot what Survivor SmackDown versus Raw game it was. But every time you did your entrance when you created a superstar in it, it might have been SmackDown versus Raw 2009. But every time you tried to like make a character and create his entrance, it always came out to this nasty ass. It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new generation. Fucking song is dirt, cheeks. Absolute dirt. Hot croissant. Add this to the list of hot croissant. Like. It's funny how much of a theme song can really do for you, because I can look at certain theme songs and tell you if that can be if that sounds like somebody who could be world champion or not. Every champion we know, and we all know their music. It's very standoffish. It's very right in the front of your face. It slaps. There's never been a champion who I know whose theme song was really mid. If you guys can think of somebody whose theme song was mid, who was champion, please let me know. I'd love to know.
Here takes that step in the right direction with the iconic theme music of The Legacy by Adelita's Way, called It's a New Day. The OG New Day song, before the New Day even existed, slaps hard right out of the gate, giving this trio of second and third generation superstars the hard rock anthem they deserve. And a quick fantasy booking alert: The Legacy versus The Elite, the Elite. Tell me who you got in the comments below. As part of The Legacy, Rhodes was groomed to become a prime-time player. And soon enough, he would make a mad dash toward the top of the card.
First off, to answer that question, if it's The Elite versus Legacy, you have to pick The Elite. Because if you're going with that version of Cody Rhodes and that version of Ted DiBiase, the Young Bucks wiped the floor with him. As talented as Randy Orton is, so is Kenny Omega, so is the Young Bucks. But if we're talking about Cody Rhodes now, then it's Legacy. But if we're talking about The Elite versus Legacy, The Elite win all day. Not even close.
As a single star.
You always forgive me.
When Cody became dashing, he not only needed to exfoliate his skin and wax his back a whole lot more, but he also needed a brash and cocky theme to complement this new personality. Inspired for real by the Baywatch theme song, Smoke and Mirrors by the band TV reflected all of Cody's narcissistic traits in a 2010 pop-punk kind of way, as opposed to the classical entrance music of old-school, self-absorbed jerks like Ravishing Rick Rude, Rick the Model Martel, or the narcissist Lex Luger. God! Obsessed with his handsome and well-lotioned face, mind you, a 619 courtesy of Rey Mysterio Jr. would cause the Dashing One's dreamy appearance to turn quite literally into a nightmare.
You guys know how it.
So I'm going to stop before the ad goes. I really like this theme song. This is like the first Cody Rhodes theme song I thought was fire with the whoa, you know the smoke and mirrors. I always thought that shit slapped. I was a big fan of this theme song a lot. I really thought this theme song was one of the ones that actually had true potential. Absolutely love this theme song. Shout out to whoever made this one, if it's Jim Johnson, if it's Cody, or some band Cody found. This one slapped. Absolutely slapped. Honestly, so I think this is up there. This and Mask Cody are the two other versions of Cody where you can kind of see that he was going somewhere with it. even though you can kind of tell that he was playing off American Psycho a little bit, but I think it's absolutely fire.
When you buy a new Mac, it's super fast at first, and then pretty soon after, it starts to slow down. That's probably
Shut up.
Cody, as the Narsa Prince, worked as a setup for the next chapter of this gimmick, with his run as Undashing. Blaming Ray Ray for disfiguring his face was all just a mental issue that helped Rhodes develop more range as a shattered sports entertainer.
Don't look at me!
As for the ugly remix of Smoke and Mirrors during his masked phase, you really have to appreciate this subtle character tweak, because the theme went from up-tempo to distorted and dangerous, matching his Cody Von Doom persona naturally.
I see where it was going. I saw the effort in it, but it was not all the way there. Like, I know what that's going to grow into, but that version was just, it didn't match the character. I see how they went darker because Cody was a darker character. This is definitely gonna get better. Yeah.
So what we have here with the third version of Smoke and Mirrors is quite the departure from the original. Intense, edgy, and dare I say emo, this jacked up on Mountain Dew rap rock alternative tune remains one of his most popular, unlike that disgusting mustache he used to try to rock when Cody Lander formed an underrated partnership with Damian Sandow as Team Rhodes Scholars. However, he would eventually reach a point when the time had come to stop running away from his past and start embracing it.
Right.
I'll say this about the Codester that's very apparent from covering his early career. The man has always tried to carve his own path and stayed away from using his last name as an advantage for as long as possible.
The people drive me.
So when he was unable to find a strong footing as a singles act, Cody teamed with Brother Goldust, calling themselves the Brotherhood and mashing together their entrance themes to create the wonderfully weird Gold and Smoke. Now I get it, not every song that Jim Johnston produces turns to gold, and that's literally what we have here. Goldust has one of the most iconic WWE themes ever. And yes, Smoke and Mirrors is also a bop and a half. However, when you put the two together, it ain't peanut butter and jelly, but more like pineapple and pizza.
Ugh.
Don't at me, bro.
Trash. This is hilarious because I've always not been a fan of the Stardust theme song. I always thought it was okay. My brother thinks this theme song is so fire. He's always thought this theme song is so fire. I always thought he was trolling me because he doesn't like Cody Rhodes, but he actually used to fuck with this theme song heavy. I hate this theme song.
Once the Brotherhood's momentum slowed, Cody took his character to cosmic new levels.
Crazy!
Finding his inner quirkiness that was allegedly on another planet, and became the space oddity known as Stardust. Now, it could be argued that Stardust's entrance theme called Written in the Stars is his best song because it works flawlessly on so many levels, paying homage to his brother's Gold Lust theme while also being undeniably influenced by Ziggy Stardust himself, the late great Sir David Bowie. This tune is like a sci-fi opera rock mixture that captures the otherworldly intergalactic nature of the Stardust character that Cody tried his best to get over. But even with all the pageantry that came along with this gimmick, it truly must have been written in the stars that all of this would lead to Cody's departure.
Wrestling has more than one royal family. This theme song is...
Feeling disappointed in his creative direction.
Oh my god, this theme song is so fire, bro. Like, bum, 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 adrenaline in my soul. Like, the funniest thing about this theme song is when I watched it, and again, AEW, I know he fought with it in TNA, I believe, in New Japan, but when I first watched him fight with this in AEW versus how the song comes off now in WWE, it's so fucking different. His entrance is so fire. You can't tell me his entrance isn't better now than it was in AEW. And that's just because of the production and how the WWE takes their entrances so serious. It's incredible, bro. And honestly, it's nothing like it. And we got to give respect to it in that nature and love it and cherish it just like the rest of the world does. Because, like, whenever he hits that, whoa, with the crowd, oh, man, that's fire, bro. Fire.
Yearning for the opportunity to be a top star in the business, Cody asked for and was granted his WWE release in 2016. With adrenaline in his soul and his career solely in his hands to manage, Cody constructed the now infamous list that took him around the world wrestling for indie promotions large and small, which would lead to the forming of a new brotherhood that would eventually become All Elite Wrestling. Along the way, during this pilgrimage, so to speak, Rhodes would tap the band downstate to craft a tune that, lyrically speaking, conveyed not only the historical importance of the classic Rhodes family name, but also his daring dash away from Vince McMahon's wrestling empire. And the result was Kingdom, a rock ballad telling the tale of the road that Cody has traveled and how the prince of professional wrestling changed the industry before making a triumphant prodigal son return at WrestleMania 38. It was truly a pleasant surprise to see Cody continue to use this theme in WWE, as it indicated the company was all in on the American Nightmare character. Plus, the rights to the song are owned by the Codyverse, which is why he's been free to bring it with him from Ring of Honor to New Japan, the NWA, Impact Wrestling, AEW, and the WWE. Kingdom has played in the forefront of all of Cody's most memorable moments and will continue to be his entrance anthem for many more to come.
This is a great fucking video. I like these. Honestly, I think I'm going to watch a lot more on this channel of the different theme songs. Like, I already see in the watching that later that I have the Dusty Rhodes one. I think I'm going to do more of these. I think this could be like a fun series. We can go down learning about the WWE, these theme songs, and why they're so popular and why they're so poppin'. More importantly, why they slap. And there have been absolute bangers like Dusty Rhodes' American Dream. I don't know what Soul Sisters they found to do this one, but that shit slaps. So, if you want me to take a look at a lot of these others, documentaries on how these theme songs take place, please let me know. I would love to take a look at one of these videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for listening. It has been your boy D. Until forever finds you.